Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Chris Paul's future is uncertain and the Warriors want to renew their squad. Will Paul look for another team or will he retire? Chris Paul will turn 39 next month, but he still feels that there is work left to do. Speaking after Golden State's season-ending loss to the Sacramento Kings in the play-in tournament on Tuesday, the veteran guard answered the question of whether he plans to retire. Paul stated affirmatively that he plans to be back for another NBA season. "I'll talk to my wife and my kids, my family, my support system, see what it looks like," Paul told Anthony Slater of The Athletic. "But this isn't the end of my career. I know it for sure." The 12-time All-Star joined the Warriors in a trade over the summer and is still under contract for next season, but for a non-guaranteed amount of $30 million. Golden State has until June 28 to decide on Paul's contract, and it seems like a very real possibility that they will waive him, either to bring him back at a discounted rate or to allow him to test free agency. Paul was limited to 58 games for Golden State this season, largely due to a broken hand in January, but he was still productive enough with 9.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game. Paul also moved to a bench role for the first time in his career, which should improve his marketability for interested suitors this offseason. Head coach Steve Kerr said after Tuesday's loss that he really hopes the team will retain Paul, but with bigger fish to fry for Golden State this summer, he may have already played his final game in a Warriors uniform. Paul understands the business better than just about any other current player. He knows his contract setup, the Warriors' tax crunch, and will be in on the conversations that dictate his 2024-25 NBA home. Some paths could theoretically bring him back on a cheaper deal. He says he loved his time with the Warriors on a personal level. But there's the basketball side that also complicates the equation. Paul isn't necessarily ready to just accept a lower-usage backup point guard role for the final seasons of his career. He remains of the belief that he can still run a team on a high-minute basis. Paul averaged 26.4 minutes per game this season. He'd been at 32 the last couple of seasons and averaged 34.6 for his career, never dipping below 31. All his counting stats were career lows.